I would like to talk about police brutality. And I say that using that term loosely, because what I really mean is the lack of police brutality. Got a major issue with that. And the reason I say that is because I just don't feel there's enough of it. 99% of the people in law enforcement today, I think, do their job and they do it correctly. Is there a bad cops? Sure, there are bad cops. There are bad teachers. There are bad everything in the workforce.
For the most part, I believe that the bulk of the cops out there are good people.
Right.
They're out there doing their job in as much as we're out here doing our job. And people depend on cops to do their job. Who are you to be the person to run from a cop?
That's exactly where that's where I was going with this. Exactly where you're headed. If you run from them, then you deserve an ass whipping.
Somebody needs to beat you.
Right. And for every fence you know what? We wouldn't last a day on the job. And I want to give my hats to you, men and women in the police force out there, because
Right.
me and David wouldn't make a day. The first time I had to jump a fence or run through 3 backyards or chase somebody in a car because he blew through 3 intersections and jeopardized women and children, when I caught up with him, I would beat the shit out of him.
If they're running through your backyard, they got a gun, they're running from the cops, or let's say they're just on drugs and they think they can outrun the radio. I'm reaching for my 3rd taser already. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm stopping them right there. I'm going to run them down, whatever it takes.
Right.
And you're going to get the ass whooping you deserve.
Right. And I guarantee you, and I guess we could have like a hidden code on that, huh? For every fence you make me jump, that's 2 whacks across the friggin' head. What are you people thinking? I can shut it down. And when people call brutality, which is not, you're getting what you deserve, first of all, I could knock it all out right now. Simply stop. If a cop tells you to stop, you stop. He tells you to put your hands up, you put your hands up. Look at the world we live in today. When a cop pulls someone over, they don't know if you're a law-abiding citizen or you somebody who'll pull out a gun and shoot them.
Do you got a bomb strapped to you? Do you got a gun on you? Are you high on PCP? Do you think you can whip everybody's butt? This cop has no idea. He might be stopping you because you were dragging your seatbelt, got closed in the door.
Right. Can you imagine what this would be like if we didn't have law enforcement? Everybody would have to carry a gun around their waist. You can only imagine what it would be like. They got a tough job. Let them do their job. Stop. When they tell you to stop, stop. Don't get on the news and talk about the po-po beat my baby daddy for no good reason. He didn't beat your baby daddy for no good reason. I'm sure somewhere in that chase, he put on his lights or he hollered, stop.
And the media grabs the 5 seconds that the cop is beating on somebody. You have no idea what that cop went through 30 minutes before you seen that video or anything. This guy could have beat up 6 other people before you seen that one segment of video where the cop got on him.
Right. Or he could have blew through the red light with your wife and children barely missing them. Barely from T-boning them and killing your family. So when I catch up with you, like I said, I wouldn't last. We'd be fired in no time flat.
Yeah, neither one of us.
Yeah, hospitalization would be required.
I guarantee you, if you guys, I say you guys, the people out there that are running from cops, if you shut it down and you just stopped and did what that cop asked you, there would be no beating.
Right. And the reason they don't stop is because they're career criminals.
That's not saying you wouldn't get what you deserve. If you're drunk on the road, they should haul you in. You deserve that. Because you're liable to be out there when my family's on the road.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt about it. And those guys, and you know what gets me to? I watched it, and I know some states, and I don't want to name any because I'm not sure, but I've seen this on TV, and I've seen it talked about quite a bit, David. They actually stopped doing high-speed pursuits. And the reason they stopped is because it was putting citizens in danger. They felt like if they stayed in tight with the suspect they were chasing, then he would increase his speed. therefore creating more of a hazard on the highway. That
Right.
is absolutely stupid. Who is the idiots who came up with that?
There got to be some bleeding heart liberal somewhere that said, why are we chasing after a criminal to begin with? What kind of mentality is that? You ought to run his ass down.
Right. It's not the cop's fault that this guy is doing 100 miles an hour and jeopardizing people. I tell you what, and you know a way to stop that? When you do catch up with him, beat his ass to a pulp. You put him in the friggin' hospital. When he finally does make it to the jailhouse, when he does his 5 years for whatever, 10 years, because they get out on nothing nowadays.
Right.
After he does his time and he gets back on the streets, the next time the lights are in the mirror and he's got a bag of crack or whatever he did between the seat, and he's fixing to press that gas pedal, he might think about those 7 or 8 broken ribs and the broken jaw.
You think he'll think about it?
I'm thinking, okay, I got to go to jail anyway. Should I go to jail, with 7 broken ribs, a dislocated jaw, and a broken arm?
Because he knows he's going to get caught.
That's right.
He knows that ahead of time. He was caught the last time.
Yeah.
He will get caught again. You're not going to outrun the radio, stupid.
Right. So pull over now, or otherwise the rule is we're going to beat the shit out of you. I think that would help. I think it would help.
Take your punishment.
Right. I think we could cut back on some of these high-speed pursuits without coming up with that stupid-ass thing, don't chase them.
Yeah, that makes
That's
That
just
makes-
idiotic.